Hello, everybody. Well, when Source calls, I've got to learn to drop what I'm doing, and no matter what the circumstances are, do it, which is a big challenge for me. But listening to music, for me, it helps me get in the mood out of some lower vibrations, I guess. There's such a thing. Different than mine. You know, no matter where you are, no matter where you find yourself, you are on the right path. And you are doing God's calling, whether you realize it or not. Because we have absolutely no idea how our actions or just existence will help someone and is helping somebody. We hear it all the time. I've heard it all my life. But seriously, I think it's pure arrogance to think that your way is the only way. Source has many, 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 many ways. As many as there are drops in the ocean, stars in the sky. Even if it's absolutely horrible for you, that you hate it, it's still your purpose. Thinking, what the hell? Who in the hell would want this life? Well, you gotta remember the purpose we chose. And sometimes in order to do the particular purpose that you chose to do while you are here, has to touch people that have had some very, very traumatic, dark, painful experiences, part of their journey. Or because we make choices because we have free will. You got to remember, free will makes a big difference. Yeah, you may plan everything up there, exactly what's going to happen to you or whatever. You have it all planned out. But put free will in the mix, and it changes the whole game, because you can say no. And, it's been planned out a little bit. I think I heard someone call them mile markers in your life. I think back, and I know that I can tell which ones were my mile markers that I didn't follow through. I heard it, got some pearls of wisdom, helped me more a little bit along my life, but I didn't really dive into it as I could have, should have. But again, that was my free choice. And the wind's picking up. Hello. But it's the free choice that changes everything. And it gives you turns and twists on your road. So I always said, you've heard that saying, School of Hard Knocks. Well, Maria meant, the way she describes it is, there's like 3 roads and paths. And throughout your life, you're traveling the lowest. We're just going to use lowest just because none of them are low. But let's say the right one, the one on the right is, say, everything goes wrong in your life, and you just keep and no matter what you do, you're struggling. And then the one in the middle is kind of, okay. You're surviving. Life isn't bad, but it isn't like great, but no complaints. And then you have the one on the left that, oh my God, it is absolutely wonderful. Everything's going just falling into place. You're living the life even bigger than you could ever imagine. Something like where I am now. And it's only getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And better and better and better. Well, our choices, the free will, is what switches us between those roads. So, it is all about choices and perception. And the choice that you make now, Rhea, there's a gecko. The choices that you make now, right now, is going to manifest in your life. Like that saying goes, where your thoughts go, your energy flows. Because most people live in their mind, and they just think, and you're manifesting. Because this game, this matrix, this existence is going to give you what you ask for, or what you think. Use your mind, you're going to get it. If you use your heart, so you can't use your heart. The word heart is feeling. Yeah, it's positive. It's okay, there goes that negative positive again. The energy is lighter. And I guess in order to explain to us, we use the negative and positive. Make it easier for our understanding, for most people's understanding. So, it is impossible to exist in one's heart with hatred, with negative energy, fear, sadness, depression, again, hatred, envy, all of those words. You cannot exist in your heart. You may think you are, but that's thinking. It's not real. So in order to achieve, we got to learn to feel. And I'm not saying, we all feel, right? And we feel good. There's some good feelings and everything like that. Hold that good feeling is the thing. When you can get that unconditional love feeling, and then you can connect to our planet and to God at the same time, and they will send you their love back to you. And you imagine you have a pipe running straight down the center of your back, your spine, all the way down through your body. And you can imagine our Mother, our Earth, sending her love from the ground all the way up to your heart. And then you see God, His energy, His love that He sends in response to you sending your unconditional love and gratitude. And they send it, and He'll send it through that energy pipe into your heart. And when they're both connected to your heart, is when you're able to imagine leaving your brain, traveling down your neck to your throat, and then See yourself standing next to your heart. And there's a process of where you can go to the top of the brain, and there's a toroidal field, and you can spin down in there, and there is a space, sacred space in your heart. Or now, the female is we use intention. So when you're standing in front of your heart, it's a little teeny avatar or a globe of light, your soul's light, whatever it's all personal, whatever you want. Then you have the intention that you want to enter that tiny space in your heart, and you will go there. And that is where you create singularity, nothing, no consequences. No consequences. There's a whole school on it, and it is amazing. You can learn with Drunvalo Melchizedek, and then you can learn all the details. I can't say the word in eccentricities, for everything that is there, what you can do, and but it has to be love, and we're here to spread our love. You know, I talk about wanting to help the most lost souls, to help them come up, because it's great. Here I am. I'm living life, being blessed over and over again, and the blessings are just getting larger and larger. And I'm just learning more about myself, honestly. And there's a part of me that does want to do that, but another part of me that doesn't want to live there anymore. Doesn't want to live touching the third and below levels. Reach down, because you have to lower, you lower your vibration. And I want to stay up high. I want to be up here. But I also want to help everybody get up here. But maybe that's not their... It's not their purpose. I don't think so. I think it is their purpose. I think everybody's purpose is to get up here. Just some people are slower than others because their journeys, the choices we make, it slows us down. If you can just learn to feel happy, whatever it takes. And no, smarties, I'm not saying like, oh, I like torturing little kids or animals or being a trickster. I like being a bully. It makes me happy. That is not what we're talking about, smarty, because it's not. That isn't. I'm not saying that might not be your purpose. I mean, there are souls that are here to impact our world. Oh, hear that rumble? Sorry about that, but kind of like that rumble. It's military jets or whatever they're called. I don't know exactly if it's a jet or a motorcycle. Yeah, up in the sky. No, it's something up there. But happy. Happy. I'm right now, my grandchildren are here. And I'm listening to a song that puts me in such a dreamy mood, makes me feel good, because I needed it. I was touching the lower planes and the thought, and I don't want my energy to go there. No, I've been fighting that all my life. Don't have anything to do with it. And if they would have left me alone, I would have had to learn how to protect myself and teach all of my children and everybody that I wants to know is how to protect themselves against them. Yeah, my brother would say, they just watching you because they know what you're capable of. And so they check on you periodically to see where you are. I said, well, they're stupid, because if they would just leave me alone, I would be nothing to them. I would just go on my merry old way. So, but again, I don't like being there. I gotta cleanse my house because there is thing as spiritual hygiene. I don't care how happy you are. Like happiness, I'm feeling so good. Nothing bothers me. They don't bother me. I'm not afraid. I've lost my fear because I know I'm divinely protected. But I have loved ones that aren't there. I have grandchildren that come to my home. So I need to make sure that there is nothing here that can scare them. I want them to feel protected in my home. So that's why I do it. For the loved ones, for people to come into my home so that they can, yes, my energy is there too, but it's not just for me. Whatever it is that you need to learn or want to learn, all you got to do is ask. You think the question, at least that works for me. I have a question or a doubt or, I don't know, what about this? And since I'm a big television person, I'm always on YouTube. God knows where to send. If you're a book reader, you will find a paragraph, a saying, a book. If you're just go to the movies, you're going to be given the movies. It knows exactly how to get to you. It sounds so scary. He knows how to get messages to you to help you along your way. You just have to listen. And then, you hear it, then you have to do, because the less you do, the more you close. So the more you listen, the more you're going to be able to receive, because you're more open. They're always sending you information. That's why when I was studying Kalemni, the Kalemni workbooks have a couple of prayers in them. I have a morning prayer that I will upload on the video on my YouTube. But another one is, may my eyes clearly see the light. May my ears be open to the teachings of light. May my words resound with light, and may my hands be filled with healing light, and may my feet always walk on the pathway of light. So that is a good prayer to say. And you can put, dear God, Lord, totality. In the Kalani studies, they call it totality because totality, people have gods this, the sun is a god, whatever, saints, God. Totality is just like the word. So that's what they refer it to. Not the sun god, the moon god, whatever god, the water god, the spring god, you know, um, the God that created the okay, we're not going to get into that. Anyways, that's why if you hear me say totality, that's where it's coming from. I'm talking about the absolutely one and only, the totality of everything. Oh yeah, got a question. Since we live in a dual world, right? We always talk about that. You have women, you got men, you got negative, you got positive, you got good and bad, black and white, la 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 la. But you only have God. Where's the mother? We got a father, we got a mother. I'm always saying, Holy Mother of God. There has to be one. If there's a Father God, there's a Mother God. And that's a whole new ball of beautiful wax. A rabbit hole, beautiful rabbit hole to get into. But think about that. If there was a singular God that split himself into a quadrillion or whatever pieces, fractals, and creating this universe, he wouldn't have just created a masculine. We have a masculine, feminine. Hello, masculine, feminine. Holy Father, we got a Holy Mother. And that's not Mary, okay? She was Jesus's mother. Anyways, sun is burning me. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous day. And I'm taking my grandbabies. We're gonna go swimming this afternoon. Once their Tata gets home from work. But right now, we have to wait. But it is a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Sorry, the pool goes all the way over from here to there. But it's gorgeous. I grew up in San Diego. And then I moved away for 30 years. I got stuck in Ohio. And finally I was allowed to come home. And that's one thing that I am grateful every single day when I step out of my apartment. I thank God for letting me come back home. Plus, most of my family's still here, even though we've spread out. We used to all be here, both sides. And now we're coast to coast and everything in between. I'm surprised my little ones aren't coming out here seeing what I'm doing. Children these days, they're used to people talking on the phones. And they probably think I am recording, and they're not crazy about it. I think they're tired of being recorded. They've been recorded since the moment they were born. There's a comedian, Jeff Gaffigan. He said that he had pictures. He's got more pictures of his children than his father ever looked at him. I thought that's so true. So true. Just wait, see if anything wants to come through. You know, there's a lot of noise here, but it's life. There's times it's so quiet and I hear the birds. Life is life. Be happy where you are. And poor souls, if you find yourself in the absolute depths of darkness, and you can't find your way out, please, it's a thought. Help. God will know you're asking. God knows. God knows when you're calling for help. So don't be afraid. You want to get out of your situation, just call for help and you'll see. You're going to see. Things will start changing. Opportunities will come. Strangers will help. But you gotta say yes. Did you ever hear that story about the man that was on a roof, his roof? There was a huge flood, and the water was, getting higher and higher and higher. So he was praying because he was a God-fearing man. So he was praying, God. He goes, help me, I'm gonna die. Please save me. Then this rowboat starts. Comes by and says, hey, come on, help me. Well, he was so scared that he was going to fall in the water that he said, no, it's okay. He couldn't do it. So, okay, well, I gotta go. So he took off. And the water's getting higher, and he's like, God, please save me. So a little after that comes this